Welcome back. We are here on Oracle Television Network. We are happy that you're watching. The topic is Pulpit incest. That is when a man of God feels comfortable to have sexual relations with their daughter, or vice versa, when a daughter feels, I can have sexual relations with my father. He is sexy. He looks good. Actually, Apostle, I remember hearing a case where a daughter would tell their father that whenever you're preaching, I just see how I can have you. And this man of God was like, do I run? If I'm busy preaching, downloading heaven, and somebody is looking at me and they're thinking of how they can have me, what am I doing? I mean, crazy stuff are happening in the church.
Oh, my sister, you are very right.
Yeah.
Look, these are things which are happening. Mm-hmm. They are realistic. And I thank God for such a show, and I pray that God gives us the resources to sustain this kind of show.
Amen.
Because it is dealing with cankers in the ministry.
Yeah.
Because that very thing which is supposed to reform, transform the society is having a problem. What then will we do?
Exactly.
You understand?
Right.
Things fall apart.
Yeah.
The center cannot hold.
Yeah.
Near anarchy. You understand?
Yes, so I know things fall apart. These ones are fallen.
If things are happening like that, then what are we going to do when people outside are involved in similar things in the world? You understand?
Right.
Utterances like that happen all the time.
Yeah.
I've heard it all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you should run and follow it.
Right.
When you were preaching, the way I saw, I didn't know you were that handsome.
Can you believe it? That is when a man of God blushes and you're like, oh God, what did I just hear? Because I mean, this is your daughter. This is your, even women of God. I mean, I'm a woman of God. Yeah. I get hit on so much.
My God!
Yes! So it's not just for the men of God. Even women of God, actually. Yeah, you even, I mean, like, your legs are just so, I mean, how does a child, of course, no matter how old they are, if they're in the ministry, they're children in the ministry. Yeah. How do they see the legs? How do they see the hips? I mean, really, my brother. Okay, they are there, you can see them. But how do you get yourself to tell your spiritual mom or your spiritual father that I could just see, you know, how handsome you look?
How do you get the
How do you even answer it? You start blushing.
That is when if you don't have self-control, you are not strong, you are not matured as a parent.
Yeah.
Let's look at it from that point of view. As a parent, a spiritual parent, you are not matured enough. That is when you open the door for these things to flood in. Yeah,
because now again, you don't want to lose this soul. So how you handle it actually is very sensitive.
It's a very sensitive thing.
Because you see, the era we are in, here it's called the 4G era. You can answer in a harsh way. Then they go saying already, me and this man of God had a thing. So it's like, what do we do?
You see?
Yeah.
In the first place, I believe we don't create the platform for the person to even get the impetus to even approach you with such a thing.
All right, I think that is very important. You don't even create the platform. That closeness should not be there.
You see, when I've looked at Oracle from a long distance, he's a man of God. Yeah. Even though he's friendly, you will not get that. You cannot
get that close.
You can't.
Yeah.
You understand?
So the distance is important.
It's very important.
But we all know Jezebels and we all know Delilahs have a way. We all know that the daughters of Lot.
Yes.
They will make you drunk.
Let me talk about this.
Yeah.
They make him drunk.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
So as a parent, you should be very critical, very conscious, very self-aware that your daughters don't make you drunk.
All right.
They don't get you drunk. As a man of God, how can your daughters get you drunk? So in the spiritual sense, how can they deviate you from becoming spiritually aware of yourself? Your daughter, your sons in ministry should not get that power over you.
Right.
And when we look at that scenario, the daughters of Lot, the aftermath or the product was something that Israel ever lived to regret. Yeah. So they gave birth to Moab and Benami.
Yeah.
these people were the fathers of the Moabites and the Ammonites. And these were some of the enemies that greatly pestered Israel. So the outcome of incest lived generations to persecute, to fight the people of God. So now, what it stands to reason is that when we take it in this context, the product, the resultant effect, it's something which will affect the whole body that you are leading.
Wow.
It is not just going to be idiosyncratically peculiar to you. It is not going to be something that is going to be yours. But it is going to affect the entire body, the entire church.
The consequences are just fatal.
It's dying.
Wow.
The same way that natural incest can give birth to abnormal children, making the family become an abnormal family. Spiritual incest can also create the society, the environment, or a church full of abnormal people, where in that church sin becomes casual, sin becomes normal. Oh, he's a human being, that is why. Oh, this person stole that. Oh, that is why. Oh, don't worry, it's nothing. You see, because the bigger one, they've done it. So they see, oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. So sin become usual and normal in such a setting. Dressing are not checked. You can't rebuke such a daughter when she's not dressed appropriately, when she's not carrying herself. You don't have the nerve to rebuke her because you know what you've been doing with her behind closed doors.
Now that you say that, is it very rare in our days to hear any sermon or the pulpit concerning sexual sin?
You will lose members.
Because honestly speaking, it's rare.
It's very rare.
Really, it's maybe even a taboo on the pulpit. But these are the same things you're fighting. Why is it not being addressed? Because already there is some compromise somewhere.
I don't know why it will be difficult for a man of God or a woman of God to preach about sex on the pulpit. If you don't preach it on the pulpit, they are even hearing it elsewhere.
Exactly. By the way,
church is the best place to talk about sex, to teach people about sex, the context within which you're supposed to have sex. Even to married people and all that. I believe it is church.
Especially because we don't have a Sunday school in the church anymore. They're going to their classes. So you're left with adults. So you can deal with adult things.
Yes, such things. Because all we're doing now is motivational speaking. Just exciting the people. And we are not dealing with real issues. But I believe the church must go back to those days where we frown upon sin as it is. And we have the prerogative to talk about it. A man of God is not supposed to feel shy to talk against sex on pulpit. If you start feeling shy talking against sex on pulpit, then you might as well be doing something behind the scenes.
Now, Charles, Apostle, you see, when it comes to spiritual relationships, there is, of course, a bond. If you're my spiritual father or mother, I have a bond with you. And that is that love, right? Because, of course, again, we are not having a military camp in terms of the church. There are relationships here. There are times I'm going to cry on your shoulder. Like, genuinely cry. There are times I just want your encouragement. There are times you hold my hand and tell me it's going to be okay, my daughter. So how then do we bring a balance? Because of course then you don't appear so tough. You cannot be approached. You're just a corporal pastor. And I don't think anyone needs a corporal pastor.
I remember 2014 in Ghana. I used to drive a taxi. And
God is good.
One of my daughters called me in the middle of the night around 1. I was on night duty. Come, I'm facing this, come to my house. This is somebody I have raised. We live in the same vicinity. So I drive off, drive to her, and she was seriously having a problem. Now, in that setting, she might not even have the intention of seducing you. But here you are, in the middle of the night, alone with a beautiful young girl, who is vulnerable, looking up to you, and whatever you tell her, she does.
Yeah, she will.
So it all bows down to the parent in the case.
Okay.
The matured one must lead the way.
It is your responsibility as a spiritual authority.
That's right.
To set standards and boundaries.
We should look at spiritual authority.
Yeah, okay.
You must set that boundaries.
All right.
Though I must be friendly, but not fragile.
I must be friendly, but not fragile. Yeah.
I must be firm, but passionate. You understand?
Right.
So we must be able to dichotomize between these things, draw a line.
Right.
That we don't exceed. Because the human body responds to stimuli.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter how much Holy Ghost is inside of you. You must put certain physical check and balances. A man of God, you are not a rock. You are not the rock of Gibraltar.
You're not.
You are flesh and blood. Above all things, you are flesh and blood. So when they cannot attack you in the spiritual, they come to your flesh and blood. So you must be able, we as parents, spiritual authority, we must put in check and balances. You know. Everybody knows your weakness.
Yeah.
There are people, when you tell them sweet things, they will melt. There is somebody, when you touch him, he will melt.
Yeah.
So if you know that is your weakness, put a check and balance over there.
Right.
So that you safeguard yourself and protect the destiny of the children and protect the future of the ministry.
Right.
In so doing, we forge a strong spiritual bond, because I am available for you emotionally and not sexually.
Yeah, I think that's where we mess it up. Because it's like it's almost impossible to really
be emotional and not
sexual. How do you do that?
I must be able to hug you and not feel sexual aroused.
Okay. All right. Or if you just can't, then don't hug.
That is what I'm saying. If you are allergic to hugs,
don't do it.
Give an apostolic handshake, then you are safe.
You're safe with an apostolic handshake.
You are safe.
Don't go hugging and then all your body is going north.
By the time you hug 2 or 3 people, the 4th person gets into trouble.
Yeah.
If you know that is your problem, put a check and balance there.
All right.
Put that check and balance.
Yeah, because
there.
actually you're right. I've seen you go to countries whereby they don't know the handshake.
They kiss your knee.
That's the thing. So
and it's normal.
Yeah. So sometimes our cultures,
cultural differences, and all that.
Yeah.
So if you know it is not your culture, and if somebody kisses you on your cheek 1, 2, 3, the 4th place might be on your lips. Don't start.
We have people who have got this culture of just calling people sweet names.
Darling.
Hi, darling. You're like, God, he called me
darling.
Called me
darling. Then your head is swinging. Maybe for a long time your wife has not even acknowledged your physique, anything. Your husband has not appreciated you. And this is somebody you have raised, and he sees you. Oh, mom, darling, mom, you're looking so beautiful. You're gorgeous.
You're like, your heart goes like, could
and you dress from the house.
Of course.
So I believe sometimes from our houses, our homes as spiritual parents, we can address such issues. We can solve these things. When certain things are catered for from the house, you will not yearn for it from outside. My mother, before she's a strict woman. Before she will take us out, she will make sure we eat very well. You eat till you can't eat.
And you're going out.
We are going out. so you don't go and disgrace her. When we go to a friend's house and you're like, there's food and you want to, the way she will look at you, if
you just know.
You know. Because you have been satisfied from the house. So the urge to even scramble over a few food and stuff like that, it's not there. So when a man of God, you are so satisfied from the house, you see them. Look at this. If you are not thirsty, you know yearn for water. The level of your thirst can cause you to drink from a dirty cup.
Jesus, that's very serious.
I'm telling you.
The level of your thirst can cause you to drink from a dirty cup.
I'm telling you.
What are you drinking from, man of God? Jesus, that's a powerful punchline right there.
So you can go for it.
Yeah.
Because you're so thirsty.
Yeah.
You're so starving from the house emotionally.
Apostle, let's go to the spiritual part of it. Would you think the enemy then would first of all possibly attack the men of God from home? so that there is no relations with your wife.
Yes.
So that they are thirsting.
Yes.
They are needy. And so when they get to the church, then the enemy will, set up a setup whereby you just fall in it, because at home is where the enemy began.
You are a prophetess.
Amen.
You see?
Yeah.
When there is that lack from the home,
yeah,
it makes the implementation very easy.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
I have come to realize in Kenya a lot of ministers, our marriages are suffering.
That's the truth. Yeah.
They are suffering.
Yeah.
They are in shambles.
Yeah.
We are keeping up appearances.
That's the thing.
Emotional starvation, sexual starvation.
Yeah.
All those things are happening in men of God.
Houses.
Homes.
Yeah.
It is happening right there. Why? Because maybe the man of God is not getting time for the wife in the house and spends more time with the spiritual daughters in the church, in programs. He follows you, carries your Bible, serves you, do this. You go to the office 7, she's there. Before you leave at 4, she's there. You go to the house, your husband, your wife is not available. Yourself, you are not available for her. You are looking at the kids. You don't have time for her.
Yeah.
So naturally, we create that environment.
Okay.
Sometimes without knowing.
Yeah.
But sometimes because of negligence, we neglect such things.
Yeah.
But it is very important.
So it is something.
Psychosexual needs
Yeah.
are supposed to be met. When you study the Maslow theory of needs,
yeah,
it is something you must meet. And a man is a man.
Yeah.
He will crave for it.
Yeah.
So when it is met in the home, it saves the man.
Okay.
My mom, when I took my wife, we got married in Kenya.
Yeah.
Advised her, look, our man, he must give him sex.
That's your man?
Yeah.
That
you
is
must
good.
satisfy him.
Wow.
Apparently, my mom.
I know your wife was almost going under the seat.
I know who I am.
Yeah.
And how I am. My anatomy works.
How you're wired.
So I married a young woman.
Yeah.
I married somebody who
is able to keep up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With everything.
Yeah, don't get an old engine if you know you're a 4G.
Yeah. So I am safe. I get satisfied and I move with people. I move with I'm young, so I move with a lot of people. I travel a lot.
Yeah.
And people come meet you at the airport and you look at, wow, this is a woman. But you remember I have a wife at home.
Exactly.
I'm here to preach the gospel.
Right.
I am satisfied already and there's nothing more I need. You understand? So when that thing you said happens in our home and things are met very well, the psychosexual needs are met very well, it makes the man of God or the parent, the spiritual authority, focus when he gets to the pulpit, when he gets to the church, when he gets to the spiritual environment. Yeah. So it saves us.
So it is actually important for the maybe the pastor's wife or the woman's husband, if she's a minister, to be very aware of where the enemy can come in.
Yes.
So in your prayer time, how you relate with your husband, make sure you bring it before God, so that it doesn't get to a level where it's cold.
Yeah.
It's not nice when a man of God goes home and finds the Lion of Judah waiting.
Oh my God!
And you wanna get home and get a warm woman who wanna hug you and just let you know, like just.
When I enter my home, I travel a lot.
Yeah.
So immediately I get to the door.
Yeah.
My wife will be all over me, hold me, kiss me here, jump
here. Do you hear that, woman of God?
So all the time I am outside.
Yeah.
I am running to come back home.
Because of the kisses and the hugs and
yes.
And that tenderness.
I was on Monday. I was with World Vision. I was out of Nakuru in Eldoret.
Yeah.
Immediately I finished preaching.
Yeah.
I told them my assignment is done. I'm going home.
Yeah. Because
I know what is waiting for me in that home.
Yeah, you have got nothing to wait.
So I won't waste time and say, oh, they've paid for hotel,
let me
nice
enjoy
food.
It. Yeah.
No, I don't have that time.
You got something good at home.
I have something good at home.
Yeah.
So I rush coming back home.
Yeah.
Wherever I am, immediately I finish my ministry. I don't stay on. I move back because I know something is waiting for me in the house.
Wow.
It doesn't matter who I have traveled with.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the company in which I am in.
Yeah.
Once I am done with the spiritual assignment, I know.
Yeah.
How do I say it in Swahili? in a jua. My wife is waiting for me in the house.
Do you hear that? That is
and I yearn to come back to her.
Yeah. But because of the way she's framed, the way you have cultivated your relationship. Because I mean, it's visible in churches. You can be in a house of God and you can just tell the vibe between the two. It's just,
you know, we were having problems from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because men of God were like, why are you holding your wife in church?
Oh, I've had that before actually.
What are you talking about?
I have had that when maybe we'll be maybe sitting with my husband, maybe in a different church, and maybe it's worship time or prayer time, and we're just holding hands in a very spiritual moment, and it's an issue. I'm like really?
Why must that be an issue? This is my wife.
Yeah.
I am holding her hands. Yeah. Actually, people have approached me because of that.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was so shocked that I cannot hold my wife.
Yeah.
Hold her hands.
Actually, I think right here in Kenya is such a big deal. People feel you should leave your private romantic affairs at home.
What are you talking about?
She's your wife in church, she's your wife at home.
Everywhere you are, she is your wife.
All right.
I believe one time we'll have sexual education and we'll talk about more the sex and marriage.
Yeah.
Because in that aspect, a lot of things are going wrong in marriages.
Yeah.
And I tell people, especially young couples, that look, almost 70% of your relationship as a married couple is sex. Last I was talking to some people and I said, why is it that now you have problems? And I told the person, it's because sex has reduced.
So when sex increases,
you don't see the problem.
Oh, that's very true.
I'm telling you, you don't see the problem. You brush it aside.
So when we are not having it as a couple at home, as servants of God at home, basically then we're gonna have the sister come in. Yeah.
Your libidos are always there.
Okay.
So it makes it easier for them, and it makes it very easy for us to fall.
Yeah.
It makes it very easy.
All right.
So that thing in marriage, in ministers, our marriages must be looked at. I believe a lot of pastors are supposed to go for counseling on that topic.
Now that you say that, let's look at a man of God or a woman of God who has already possibly fallen into this incest thing. You've had a thing with your member, and you're still on the pulpit. You still need to deliver. You're still there. How do you move on? How do you cut off? Because already you're vulnerable. Yeah. But you need to move on. You cannot give up just because that happened. Because then the enemy would have gotten you. Yeah, how do you move from that place of shame? Yeah. How do you connect again with your people? Because I mean, a girl would have the pastor and then want to show to all the women, he's close to me.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah. Now, what I believe is that if you have realized your mistake and your fault and you want to come back to your feet, in that same environment, you cannot. Okay. Spiritually. Now, there was this man of God in Nigeria who fell. So apparently, you need to have a spiritual authority who you can approach with this matter.
Talk to.
But nowadays, we can't confess our sins one to another.
Hey, it's trouble.
The Bible said, confessing your sins one to another.
But my friend.
But we can't, no.
It's going to be a sermon.
I'm telling you, so, especially here in Kenya, I've realized gossip.
Yeah.
If you bypass somebody and they do, they are gossiping. Then they will twist their mouth.
I mean, it's really.
But you should be able to go to your spiritual father.
Yeah.
As a man of God, go to him with the issue. You tell him, this is what has happened.
Yeah.
I have failed.
Yeah.
And what they did was that transport the man of God to somewhere and brought another pastor. Talk to him, pray with him. When he was back on his feet, then he went back to his church.
Without the church knowing what
Without
happened.
the church knowing what has happened.
Beautiful, yeah. I had a case of a church, I won't mention which country because it's a known issue. And this man of God fell into sexual sin with one of the daughters. And he felt so guilty. And instead of him talking to somebody upwards, like the spiritual father, he called his pastors and told them he was a genuine man of God with a very fast growing church. At that point, the church was on membership of 1,000. It was very fast growing church. So he confessed to his pastors, thinking that he's just, And I'm telling you, all the associate pastors never stood with that man of God. Only the youth pastor. A youth pastor basically doesn't have much say.
Yeah.
So even the wife never stood with the husband.
Wow.
So they caused their own father to stand before the church and apologize to the church for having slept with that daughter. That is foolishness.
It's foolishness.
And I'm telling you, up to today, that church has never recovered.
It will not.
It became a big mess. That is how I got to know. The associate pastor actually took over the church. The people who are for him were thrown out. This is a man who had bought ground. He had established. Now he's out. He actually went to a different country to try and heal because his marriage is... And he confessed. So sometimes confession...
You know who you're going to confess to.
Yeah.
There are some people who are around you, they are not matured Christians. Yeah. They can't handle. It is not every information which is good for everybody. Certain informations are not awesome for certain kind of level of Christianity.
Right.
When this whole church, they are baby Christians in it. They can't handle it.
Yeah. Wow.
It will affect their faith.
Yeah.
So I believe you go to your spiritual father.
If he's a type that
you can talk to.
But
they should be.
He should be
a father. Yeah. I can go to my father. I remember I had a problem with my when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I could go to my father and open up and tell him that this look at it.
Have a problem.
Look at it for
What's going on?
What is going on? He said, oh, this. Then I'm safe.
Yeah.
I should go to my father with my nakedness. I should be able to tell my father, this is what I have done. Mm-hmm. Help me.
Wow. And they should be able to cover you.
They should be able.
Help you out of it. In a spiritual way.
Raise you up.
Wow. Yeah.
And make sure that you stand back on your feet. Empower you back.
Yeah.
And make sure that you stand.
Yeah. Without judging you. Or feeling like now maybe their wife also is not safe. Wow, our time is out, and I believe that you've been blessed, and I can assure you we're going to have the apostle back, and we're going to talk about this some more.
Yeah.
Because I believe it goes so deep. It's so damaging. I think a lot of ministries and giftings have died because of incest in the house of God. And so we thank God that you're watching. We thank God that God has been able to help you. If you're one of those who are dealing with that kind of a case, if possibly you've fallen into incest, if possibly you are almost falling, please apply the boundaries the apostles was telling us. If you're the one who sees the legs of the women of God, please just apply the boundaries. If you're the girl who sees the biceps of your pastor, please do the needful. There are boundaries to these things. God bless you so much. I'm your host, DrJoyceCharles, and my guest today was Apostle Michael. We're going to have him back again. God bless you for watching. Bye-bye.